Hey everybody, Dr. Ben here at the Functional Medicine Center, and today I'm going to be doing another live Q&A. We had such good questions yesterday. Hopefully people have some more questions, have some more information that they want covered, some other thoughts that I had as we were going over today's just experience with patients and the questions we've been getting. Great news, we're still seeing a lot of people that are motivated, that are ready to take on their health. We're still up and running in the office. Even though we're not in person, we're able to work with people remotely all over the world, all over the country, and we're starting with people on a daily basis. So definitely an exciting time for us because this is an opportunity to get people better. I was reading a study yesterday. It was published out of Rome, and it was actually about a bunch of what's going on in Italy. And what they were saying was that 99% of the people that have died in Italy actually had other illnesses, other cofactors, comorbidity factors going on there. And what were those? Those were diabetes. Those were cardiovascular disease, those were high blood pressure, a lot of different issues that were going on, and only 1% of the people that have died in Italy so far, this report is saying, actually were otherwise healthy. And so this just really shows us that it's now more important than ever to be prepared, to get our body as healthy as possible. And with reports that I've seen anywhere from 6 to 18 months that they're thinking that the coronavirus may be going around, that we may be having this exposure, that people are going to have to be quarantined, whatever it is. And these are all speculations, and I don't want to spread rumors or anything, but just with that thought process that this probably isn't going to go away anytime soon, and it's only a matter of time until the next one, just like H1N1, swine flu, just like a bunch of these other viruses that have gone around the world. It is only a matter of time before there's more. And so what can we do day in and day out? And that is that we can prepare ourselves, we can be as healthy as we possibly can, and we can get ourselves into that good state to be able to handle whatever is thrown at us. And that is on a lot of different levels. So again, we're doing live Q&A. If you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and shoot them down in the comment section there. Anything to do with health, having to do with vitamins, supplements, what to eat, what not to eat. But when I say be prepared, I'm talking from a lot of different levels. I'm talking physically, yes, you need to be fit, we need to exercise, we need to move, we need to do a bunch of different things. And then on the health side, we need to be taking the supplements that we need. We need to be evaluating blood work. We need to be taking care of any health issues that are there. Anything that is a problem needs to be dealt with. We can't just kick the can down the road anymore. That's really what this is showing us. The really interesting part, and if you're taking notes at home, write this down because this is pretty neat. One of the things that they're seeing as to why people are dying from the coronavirus is what's called a cytokine storm. And cytokines are part of the immune system that are going to basically rev up that immune response and attack certain things. And it's going to be that, okay, we've got to go and get our troops ready. The cytokine storm that's taking place inside people's body is what's attacking the lungs, the liver, a lot of different places that's causing the death that's going on. I think this is one of the big reasons why on that list of pre-existing illnesses, of why people are dying from coronavirus, and the ones that have those pre-existing illnesses, I think one of the reasons that we're not seeing the immunosuppressed or the immunocompromised people is because their immune system is already depleted and it can't have this cytokine storm released. So what does that mean? Don't go take prednisone and decrease your immune system. But anyone that's immunosuppressed, that's I think one of the big reasons why they're not having the death like diabetes and a lot of these other conditions are. And think about this, there's over 100 million people in this country that have pre-diabetes or diabetes, and that's one of the main illnesses that are going along with coronavirus that are contributing to that. So we need to be prepared mentally as well, and that means a lot of different things for different people. For me, that means every morning I'm getting up, I'm reading devotionals, I'm praying, meditating, journaling, writing down thoughts, journaling, goals, dreams, all types of different things, making sure mental state is where it needs to be, because that's, especially in today's day and age, but anytime, that's huge. That's what's going to get you up and through every single day, keep you motivated, keep you focused on what's going on, all the things that you need to be doing to get yourself into that good state and to accomplish what you want in this world. So the physical side, so you've got to be working out. Hey there, Denise. Good to see you again. Let me know if you have any other questions. And so anybody that's on, go ahead and feel free to post questions below in the comment section, and we'll take a look and try to answer those whatever way we can. So we're also looking at what we can do to be as prepared as possible, not just from the health side. Yesterday we talked a lot about vitamin D and A and C and all these different things, but what else can we do day in and day out to be as prepared as possible for any situation, any emergency, anything, not just now but in the future. And some of those big things are going to be the health side. They're going to be the supplements, the detoxification pathways, the hormones, the strength, all of those things. Working out is going to be huge. Working out is going to be something that people need to do on a regular basis. That doesn't mean you have to go to the gym or go do CrossFit and do all these pull-ups and all these different things. But what it is going to mean is that every day you've got to be doing something. Every day you've got to be moving. Every day you've got to be, whether that's walking, if it's like here in Colorado, we're having a blizzard right now, so we're only going to be doing so much there, but you've got stairs. Go up and down your stairs 50 times, 10 times, 20 times, whatever you can do every single day. And as people age, that's one of the biggest things that happens, is that we start losing muscle mass very, very quickly. And what does that mean? Well, even people that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s are going to lose muscle mass. The more they skip those times of exercise and movement, the more muscle mass they lose. So it's like if you were 20 years old and you took a month off of working out and then you went back and worked out again, you'd be right back to where you were within a couple of days. Once you hit 40, 50, 60, you take a month off, 2 months off, and you go back and you've lost 20, 30%. So that exercise, that activity piece is crucial to keep the body going. Again, anybody that's jumped on, go ahead and put any questions down below. I've got some other ones that I'm going to go over here. This was one of the questions that I had today from some patients was, how do we prepare ourselves for this? Yes, and Michelle had said bone density on the exercise piece. So what we want to do is keep our bodies as strong as possible. Keep that exercise, keep that movement going. If you can only do some step ups on the stairs and do 20 of those, do that. If you can go all the way up and down the stairs 100 times a day, do those things. Whatever you can do to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You've got to keep the muscles going. Hey Angie, hope you guys are doing well in Iowa there. So what we're looking at is, can we keep that muscle mass going? That muscle mass is going to keep up our metabolism. It's going to burn calories just by having muscle mass. So if you're exercising, if you're getting strength, if you're getting muscle, you're going to be able to burn more calories. Just sitting there at rest, you'll burn more calories. So making sure that you're doing activities that include muscle strength gain is going to be helpful. Yes, going out and having cardiovascular exercises is really helpful, but not going to be as important as doing that strength training. There was a really good study that was done a couple years ago where they looked at two different groups. One group, and they were tracking blood sugar throughout these studies. One group did 7 minutes of bicycle sprint once per week. The other group did 3 cardiovascular, like hour-long walks per week. So 3 walks or 1 bicycle sprint per week. And they track their blood sugar, just like we do in the office, where we have people check their blood sugar, see if it's going up, see if it's going down, anything like that. And what they found was that the group that did the 7-minute bicycle sprint once per week had better blood sugar stabilization than the one that was doing the cardiovascular all the time, 3 times throughout the week. So what that shows us is that muscle contraction is going to be amazing to help stabilize that blood sugar. That's one of the things in a previous video on immunity and helping our immune system by stabilizing that blood sugar. We've got to keep it stable. And what that means is every time that blood sugar spikes up, we're going to stimulate this immune response And it actually is going to decrease the natural killer cells and the cytotoxic T cells for at least 4 hours after every time somebody has a blood sugar spike. So we've got to know what stabilizes it, what keeps it consistent. I just gave a lady today that just started care with us. I gave her a blood sugar monitor, gave her some vitamin D, gave her some fish oil, some basic things that we saw in her blood work to get that figured out. And so she's super excited. She's going to start checking that blood sugar 3, 4, 5 times a day, figuring out what foods are okay, why it goes up, why it goes down. You know why she was super excited? Because she was talking to a friend, and that friend who's been at home for about a week doing work, she is already having a hard time fitting in her pants. We're not even 1 week into this quarantine, and people are already overeating. It's challenging because you're at home all the time. There's kids and there's stress, and guess what's also sitting right there? Your refrigerator, your kitchen. You can go in at any time and just keep eating. So she's already up a pant size and hardly fitting in her pants. So my patient that we started with today, she was super excited because when she goes back to work, when the 3, 4, 6, however many weeks is up, when people go back to work, she's actually going to look better. She's going to have lost weight. She's going to be healthier. People are going to be like, oh my gosh. It's kind of like when we start somebody before the holidays and they're like, oh, it's going to be hard. But instead of gaining 10 pounds, they lose 10 pounds. And everybody's like, holy cow, how'd you do that? Well, even in times like this, we've got to keep our head about us, and part of that is going to be that exercise piece. The more we exercise on those daily bases, the better we're going to be to stay consistent with our eating. So again, we've got to prep our mind. I like to do that in the morning, first thing, even on times like this when we were supposed to be off for spring break anyway, so I was out of the office. But still, this week of spring break, I'm up. I'm doing my mental preparation every single day, even on this week off, doing the exercise piece, doing the detoxification, the supplements, A, C, D, zinc, selenium, all these things that are going to be helpful for that immune response, for antiviral, and doing as much as we possibly can to keep that body as stable as possible. Sleep, crucial to get that good quality sleep state. You've got to be getting that good 7-8 hours of sleep and good consistent sleep. So again, if anyone has questions, anything at all about the coronavirus, about how to stay healthy in these times, go ahead and put those down below. We're here to help. We're here to make sure that everybody's got some good information going on. But again, a really interesting study that we were looking at is out of Italy, that 99% of people that have died in Italy have other illnesses, diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, a bunch of other things that need to be dealt with. And only 1% that are healthy, that don't have any of these other illnesses, have died. So that's the encouraging part, that if you are taking care of yourself and you're doing what you need to do, your body is going to be healthy and going to be able to handle this stress that gets put upon it. Just like we were talking last time about West Nile, and West Nile was a mosquito-borne illness, and that when that went through as a virus, that went through in like 2003, 4, 5 through there was 80 or 90% of the population did not know they had West Nile. They had no symptoms, and that was really what we were looking at with what the World Health Organization said yesterday also, was that 80% of the people that are going to contract COVID-19 are going to have either no symptoms or very mild symptoms, to the point where hardly anybody notices. And if you look at the people that have been diagnosed, Tom Hanks, the basketball players, a lot of these people that have already been diagnosed, and that was kind of what put everybody on such red alert and shut down the country, they've all come back and said, oh, I didn't even have any symptoms, or it was like a very mild flu, hardly anything at all. So that's the great part about this, is it's not a death sentence. It's not a, oh my gosh, now you've got the red X, you're not even going to make it. The vast majority of people that have been exposed or are exposed at this point are going to be just fine. Yes, there's going to be deaths. Yes, there's going to be some heartbreak and sadness and some different things. But the majority of people that are going to be exposed are going to do okay, and they're not going to be not going to die from this. Especially if you can do the things that you need to do to keep yourself healthy. Is washing your hands something that you're doing to keep yourself healthy. And it's not. Is using hand sanitizer, is that keeping yourself healthy? No, that's hopefully killing off the virus, but it's not keeping yourself healthy. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to do things to keep ourselves healthy, because that's really the only thing that's going to get us through this. So Denise said, worried about that she got pneumonia. I got West Nile in 2005 and still have a big issue for me today. Yes, and Denise, yes, West Nile. I'm not saying that it wasn't dramatic. I have many patients that still have issues from West Nile, and it's not much fun. And for the people that did have symptoms from it, it's a bummer. I have a patient that her neck muscles were deteriorated, and she can't turn her head fully, and a bunch of different things that happened. What my point on the West Nile was that it was that 80% to 90% of the people that got stung by a West Nile infected mosquito did not have symptoms from that. So that's the exciting part, is that most people, if they can keep their bodies strong, they will not have symptoms from this. So as far as getting pneumonia easy, we definitely need to make sure that people are doing, again, everything they can to be as healthy as possible. So if somebody gets every strep throat that goes around, if everybody gets every pneumonia that goes around, you've got to be even extra careful. I'm going to tell you a story about a patient that has dealt with virus issues. And she moved up here a couple years ago from Dallas to work with us. She couldn't get help down there. The doctor said she was full of it, and she ended up having shingles 13 times by the time she was 27. If anyone's had shingles, they're probably not going to volunteer to have it again. Not fun. She had it 13 times by the time she was 27. She had paralysis of one leg, that she came in on two walking crutches and could not hardly move around on that leg at all. The doctors in Dallas said there's no way you could have shingles, and shingles, again, is the chickenpox virus that comes out when we're in a stress state. And they said there's no way that you could have chickenpox, shingles virus that way. And what ended up happening was they said they basically gave up on her, and that was it. And so what ended up happening was we took her in, ran her blood work, did a brain map, did therapies, did everything we possibly could on that functional medicine side to get her body as healthy as possible. She still had a couple more outbreaks over the next 6 months or so, but as of this month, I think she's up to 14 months in a row now that she has not had any shingles. Hey Chris, good to see you down in Phoenix. And she has not had shingles for 14 months. That virus has been dormant. Her body has been able to fight this off. She's back up to, I've got a video of her running around my office. That leg has improved so much. It's able to fire now. She can run. She can lead. She leads worship at one of the local churches, doing amazing. But it had nothing to do with our antiviral protocol. It had nothing to do with an antiviral medication, supplements, anything like that. Hey, Dr. Ian and Dr. Darren. So real quick, guys, if anybody has questions, go ahead and put them down below in the comment section. We're doing live Q&A here. Any questions at all? So again, the point of that story was that she is now 29 years old. She's going to get married this summer, God willing, that we can open up society again and actually have weddings and a bunch of different things. But she'll be getting married. She hasn't had shingles in 14 months. She's walking again. She's vibrant. She's able to experience life again because she let her body deal with that virus. She let her body heal and be the thing that it's supposed to be able to fight that off. The problem is that we so many times just expect a medication, expect something else to kill off, to fight, to do those things. But we know, especially with what's going on now, there's no medication that's going to heal people. There's no drug. There's no vaccine. There's nothing out that's going to fix people at this point except our innate intelligence, our God-given ability to heal. And that's what we've got to be doing. That's what we've got to be focusing on, is how can we make ourselves healthier every day. I posted a picture of this green sludge that I made this morning. And my wife said that you couldn't really see what it was in the picture, so I deleted it. But what was in there? A whole bunch of greens and celery and cilantro and some lemon and a bunch of different things that are nutrient dense that we're going to be able to add into the body to be healthier, and healthier. So we've got to be looking at those things on a daily basis. What can we do to be as healthy as possible? What can we do to really drive that body to fight off whatever it is that's going on? And just like my patient that had shingles that many times, it was not a medication. They tried every drug they possibly could, every antiviral out there, and nothing would touch it. But her body could heal that, and her body has kept that shingles at bay for 14 months now, when she was almost paralyzed in that leg. So that's really what I'm looking at, is how can we keep our bodies as healthy as possible? What can we do to go through that process? So here's what I like to see happen. Get your good quality sleep. Do what you need to sleep. Do what you need to get that good deep REM sleep. And that's gonna, if you have to use melatonin, great. If you have to use CBD, great. If you have to use magnesium, whatever it is in this time, do what you've got to do to get that good quality sleep. That's going to be huge for immune system. Then you want to make sure that you're keeping your mental state in the space that you need to, which would look at doing your whatever meditation, prayer, focusing as much as you possibly can to create the life that you want. Use your focused energy on what you do want and not what you don't want. Unfortunately, a lot of things like you're watching now with Facebook is that it's just this constant, oh my gosh, how many people have died? How many people are infected? Where's it going now? How bad is it? What's going to close next? Who's going to lose a job? What's the unemployment rate? All these stressors and trauma and everything, we can get hooked up in there. And so what I encourage you to do is to set a timer, set a limit. There's some good apps out there that will actually limit how often you can get on there, or you can only look at these certain times throughout the day. Because here's the deal. If something major changes, somebody's gonna email you, text you, whatever. So you're not gonna miss out. What is that? FOMO, fear of missing out. You're not gonna miss out on anything major. We're so connected that someone will tell you ASAP what's going on. So all you're going to be doing is driving your stress levels. All you're going to be doing is creating that increased stress response that is not necessary. So we've got to get off of social media. We've got to get unplugged. And it's hard. I know it is, because so many people are at home. They're not as busy as they were. And it's easy to get sucked into the phone, into the computer, whatever it is. But set certain times, and it takes discipline, but set certain times when you're not going to be checking those, the social media stuff. So sleep, calm down that brain, get off social media, which is funny, right? Because I'm on Facebook Live here. But you've got to be able to shut it down. And then and take supplements. If you've got multivitamin, vitamin D, fish oil, turmeric, anything that is going to be increasing your health status, go ahead and jump on there and do what you can with the supplements. We talked a bunch about that yesterday. And then from there, go ahead and also make sure you're getting nutrient dense food. So as many fruits and veggies as you can, at least 6 to 8 servings of fruits and veggies a day. That sounds like a lot. We had a little challenge with my kids for a while. We were trying to get 5 fruits and veggies a day, and it was tough. And at the end of the day, they'd be sitting there opening up a tangerine or eating an apple or something, like, oh, I want to get that 5th one in. It's challenging. Pay attention, write it down, make sure you're getting those nutrients. It's sad. I was just at Costco today. I wasn't stocking up. Don't worry, they didn't have toilet paper. But I was just at Costco today, and they were out of all. They had the sign up front, out of all rice, pasta, a lot of these grains and things like that. But they had plenty of fruits and veggies, tons of fruits and veggies. And that's one of the things I talked about yesterday, is there's way more food right now than we need in this country, and that we don't actually have a scare of running out of food. And a lot of people will be like, well, I was just at the grocery store and there's nothing there. And this is the reason why, is that The cruise ships and the college dormitories have all shut down. That is literally millions of people a day not eating in those places, and there's this excess food that needs to go out into the grocery stores and everything. So it's going to take a week or two. It's going to take a little bit of time to get caught up, but there isn't a shortage of food in this country. I was reading an article, they were saying avocados that were on all the cruise ships, those are very common, something that they use on the cruise ships a lot, make guacamole, all types of things. There's right now an excess of avocados, and they're trying to dump them because you've only got so much time before the avocado goes bad. So we have plenty of food. There was 950 million pounds of chicken on ice in this country that is ready to be sent out to the grocery stores. So definitely need to stay calm in the food category of it, but you need to go in and look at what is there. And the crazy part is plenty of fruits and vegetables. You've got to get as much on the fruits and vegetable side as you can, get your nutrient dense foods in, and that's going to keep you through this. Not overloading on carbs, not overloading on the starches, all of those things, which when we're depressed, when we're sad, when we're lonely, when we're scared, all those things, we crave those starches, we crave those grains, and we need to stay away from those, especially at this time. Grains in general are inflammatory. Grains in general are going to cause us to gain weight. Grains in general convert to sugar and spike our blood sugar, decrease our immune system. So staying away from grains is definitely going to be a huge plus at this point. And having more fruits and veggies, whether that's cooked, raw, whatever you want to do. There's plenty of stuff out there. I was just at Costco today, way more than normal even on some certain things in there. So plenty of fruits and veggies. That's going to be where we need to be putting our energy as far as eating goes. Then when we look at the exercise side, we had talked about that. You got to get out and move every day, even if you're in Colorado and I'm looking outside at the blizzard right now. You've still got to keep moving. You've got to keep your body moving, walking up and down your stairs, doing air squats, doing jumping jacks, doing push-ups against the wall. Whatever you can do, move. This is not the time to go on the Netflix binge. This is not the time to sit on the couch for 12 hours a day going through. Somebody tell me a TV show they've been thinking about watching. If you've been thinking about it, don't do it. Now's the time to get up and move and to play games and do fun things with the family. And it really can be a time to connect, and it can be a time to have more nourishing relationships, as opposed to be that stressor that separates us and takes us away. I know for us, we've got 4 boys, a bunch of them are in soccer, all types of things, and soccer is off now. So what are we doing? Well, we've got a gym in the house, and so they're working out in there. We've got just brought out a whole box of old watercolor and art supplies and a bunch of different things, and we're going to start doing that. We're going to the 10-year-old wants to play poker tonight, so we're going to play poker. He'll probably win some money from me. We're going to do whatever we can just to keep human, and that's the big thing. I've been posting on my personal page pictures that I have in my photo stream of hugging people, of touching people, arms around people. I think that's going to be such a crucial piece that we're missing, is that we're not getting that human contact, human connection. So if family members, anybody that you know or trust or are safe with, you've got to continue to hug, you've got to continue to touch, to squeeze, whatever it is, you've got to have that human contact. It's very, very important to continue to be together. And that's why techniques like acupuncture, chiropractic, massage, all of those are such healing techniques, because the patient is actually being touched, and there's a healing property to that. So I'm going to be wrapping up in a couple minutes here. If we don't have any other questions, that's totally fine. You can always shoot me a message. We had a whole bunch yesterday on the live Q&A. You can jump on the Facebook page and look at that. But again, at any point, if you guys have questions at all, we're offering complimentary consultations with myself myself and my nutritionist, where we can spend 15-20 minutes and go over your health history with you, talk about what's going on, give you an idea of where you are, what your risk factors are, what you could be doing, and what help there is out there. So we're giving those complimentary consultations. Just give us a call, 970-282-1173, or you can direct message us through Facebook. We'll be able to help you, put you in contact with myself or my nutritionist, and we'll give you that information that you've been craving of what is going on, where should I put my energy, anything along those lines. We're here to help, and especially in this time of need and uncertainty, that's what we need, is a consistent voice and being able to do the specific things day in and day out that make us as healthy as possible, and even through this, that we keep human. And that's the biggest thing. I just hope and pray every day that people maintain their humanity in this, and things can stay sane on all of these different levels. And if we can do that, we can get through this. And as a country, I know that we've been through worse, and we can get through this as well. So if you've got any questions at all, drop us a line. Thanks for touching base again, guys. We'll be trying to do these lives repeatedly over the coming days, just to be that grounding voice out there and answer any questions you guys have. All right, take care, everybody. Be safe.